Where's my gun?
I got it. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Who are you?
Just so you know, we're with the FBI office. Nobody's in trouble or anything. Let me show you who we are.
Conrad M. Rodriguez.
It's me.
Special
Yes.
Deputy U.S. Marshal.
That's my deputization. I'm looking for Rudy.
That's me.
Davis. Hey, Rudy. How you doing?
I'm doing it.
Show you. Hey, you're not in trouble or anything.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
happened was, and this happens all the time. It sounds crazy and all, but your name came across as somebody of interest because you've had contact, obviously, with inmates and things like that.
Yes, sir.
And I watched YouTube. I looked at your Facebook, things like that.
I don't really have Facebook,
He
but
doesn't do
Okay, well, you
Yeah.
have before, I think, haven't you?
Never.
Or what was that?
if I did, it was years and years ago.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw. But,
Yeah,
Whoa.
it was.
But yeah, right, missed me. Anyways, the issue is somebody apparently got upset or has some concern, more or less,
Yeah.
of you maybe having some sovereign citizen extremism or militia extremism. I didn't see that. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. And what you're doing, what I've seen, is not illegal or anything like that.
Okay.
And is this okay with us talking like this? Is this okay with you? You
Well,
come out here, or I'd come in, or we can just do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
well, I've from what I know about sovereign citizens, I don't consider them domestic terrorists. I don't consider
Right,
myself a domestic terrorist, but
Nobody said you were.
yeah, okay. And I don't even know that much about sovereign citizens, but I do empathize with some of their positions.
And,
And
sure, and you know what?
yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's laws that
yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
necessarily agree with, but the
Yeah.
fact is, by the nature of what I do, I
Right.
have to not only enforce,
Right.
I have to live by. So
right. No, but I do believe that the Obama is not a legal president of the United States.
hey, man,
Yeah.
you're doing millions of other people.
Okay,
so
all right, okay.
I hear you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No, but I have no desire to encourage anybody to harm anybody. I mean, is there any particular reason why you guys are visiting, or?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes and no. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, because there was some concern. No, it wasn't us.
Okay. Well, I mean, but we have a lot of people that hate us. There's people that wrote my work and they've tried to get me fired. There's people.
Really?
Yes. I've received a $25,000 bill from the IRS.
Who do you work for?
Well, yeah, I consider,
Private
yeah.
housing.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a private company.
Right, I've been for a private company for
I
over
can find
15
that.
years.
It's no
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah, that, yeah.
I
But
already know.
we have a lot of people that dislike me, and they write letters to my job to try to get me fired.
See,
Yeah, we've received bills from the IRS when Lois Lerner was running the show for $25,000.
Yeah. You talking about personally?
Yeah, they sent. Yeah, I got audited personally by the IRS, and they said I owed $25,000, which was not true.
Right.
So it's not unusual that people
taken
that.
care of? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
Years
anything.
ago.
Yeah, we took care of
Look,
it.
I'll be upfront
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Before we talk to people, we
Yeah.
do our background.
Okay.
The least intrusive means possible.
No, I appreciate that.
Because we don't know who we're dealing, and you know how the
Right.
times we're getting shot at. And
Right.
everything
Is I understand, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. But you've heard of a book called "See Something, Say Nothing"?
Oh no.
No, it's the opposite
I've
of
heard
it.
of See Something,
Yeah, he worked for Customs and Border Patrol, but he tried to identify corruption within the within the Border Patrol organization, and he was he was weeded out of the organization. But I believe there are people who want to see me behind bars, right? They don't like my political positions. They don't like
Right.
some of the things that I stand for, and so they write to the FBI, they write to the prison, they write to my work. And it's not that I think I'm doing anything illegal, but I can't
Right.
stop my conscience from speaking just because.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
You feel compelled by your conscience.
Right.
To
Yes.
do
Expose
what you do.
lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically just on YouTube. Because that's
Yes.
I've watched you on YouTube a lot.
Right. Okay.
It's part of my background. I'm
Right.
trying to work. I hit the click.
Yeah.
And I listen to you.
Right.
And,
We believe there's innocent men in prison right now, Schaeffer Cox being one of them. We believe that Bryce Matthew Quillar was targeted in Nevada for some of his positions.
And there was a Mark Harvid or
I've never heard of that name, no.
that was years ago.
Okay.
That was back in 2010.
Okay.
I think that was one of your first ones.
Right. Mark Carvid, I don't remember that
Or
name.
Kent, maybe it was Kent.
Ken Hovind, yes.
Hovind.
Yeah, he got put 9 years in prison for structuring, and he was a Baptist minister.
Right. Tax fraud and structuring and
Right.
Taking money.
Right. Well, it wasn't tax fraud. It was purely structuring. They said that he didn't pay taxes for the people that worked for him, but he had a ministry, right?
Right.
And so he spent 9 years in prison, and his judge said that he was worse than a rapist, And there was 8 people that signed an affidavit, and that was removed from the trial transcript. So
And that was something about doing less than $10,000.
yes, right. And 9 years in prison. I mean, we tried to advocate for him, and so we do try to advocate for people that we believe are unjustly targeted.
Right. And you sent emails to the governor's office.
Yes,
asking to help.
yes, we
You've
have.
never said anything threatening.
We're nonviolent.
Right.
Yeah.
No advocation for the.
No.
And I ask everybody. This.
Yeah.
And you don't support any kind of groups that like you said.
Well, you mentioned the militia earlier, but I'm not against the militia. I'm not a part of the militia, but I don't think that it's
And I'm not either. Second Amendment. I'm a Second Amendment.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But I think what the concern was is some of these individuals have been locked up, and obviously I don't think any of them were violent. If I understand right, they were all fraud, or some kind of.
Well, they made Schaeffer Cox out to be a domestic terrorist, and that he was planning on murdering people, but that's absolutely not true.
Well, that may have been what was concerning.
Maybe there's a spider that just fell on you.
It's Christian targeting.
There's a spider. No, I believe they're targeting Christian patriots, and it started with the MIAC report, and it started with, they do it through taxes and the MIAC report, and they're trying to silence people who speak up against the administration, is what I think.
Okay. The
Yeah.
MIAC, you mind if I write
MIAC,
that down?
MIAC, right.
I haven't heard that before.
And
Yeah,
it's with
it's-
the Ron Paul bumper sticker.
Yeah, they put out
They target.
they put out.
IRS or
It came from Department of Homeland Security, I believe.
okay. I don't
It's
work for them.
okay. It's called a MIAC, MIAC report.
MIAC.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
And it's also called MIAC report, MIAC, and it's called a lexicon, law enforcement lexicon, but they put it out to all law enforcement officials in Missouri, and I believe it went to law enforcement officials throughout the United States, and they identified people with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, as well as
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
When I first started with the domestic terrorism issue
Okay.
matters, and that's what I deal with. I deal with domestic.
okay. So I don't know if you knew Kenneth Meade. He works for the same domestic terrorist up in Nevada, but
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here in the Dallas.
Okay, okay.
But one of the things is the sovereign citizen extremism are the ones that don't believe in any authority that the government has.
Right.
And the militia extremism believe in the government, but they don't like it, and they
Right.
want to overthrow it or have something else
Right,
to it. The
right.
anarchists
Yeah.
don't believe there should be any government.
right. I'm against corruption in government. I do.
I hear you.
The
Yeah.
best government in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love our.
If there
I love our
wasn't
government.
Tiers of law.
Yeah.
Right. And it seems like there's always different laws apply to different people depending who they are and what they are. And I
Right.
get that. I get
Right.
that. But like I said, is one of the individuals or 2 or 3, I don't know, maybe somebody you're corresponding with was
Mm-hmm.
of concern because of a potential for past history.
Um,
I'm
We
assuming.
get letters from all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that probably is what it is. But
Okay.
I'm not only here to find out what you're up to. I'm
Yeah.
here to make sure that law enforcement doesn't see
Yeah.
you as somebody that they
No,
can
I
walk up
appreciate
to the
that.
door, and
Yeah.
cover and
Yeah.
get on the microphone. Come on out so we can talk. Something like
Yeah.
that. So
No, I appreciate. I got to say that my first inclination is not to trust law enforcement, but I can be won over if I believe somebody is on the up and up, and
Sure,
I'm very open about our
We're completely transparent.
Yeah, there's nothing that-
Everything we have to say is on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
I do Facebook.
Yeah,
yes.
and being a task force officer, I'm a task force
Yeah.
officer.
Right.
I actually I'm deputized as an FBI task force officer.
right.
I work for DPS. That's what my paycheck says.
Okay.
Texas Department of Public Safety.
All right.
But obviously, I'm like a half price. No offense. I'm a half price FBI agent.
Okay.
Is what I
the
call
same.
people. Yeah.
Okay.
I do the same work and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't even I talk to my agency every now and then, but
Okay.
And just so you know, there's nothing with Texas on you other than
Okay.
I found emails that you sent,
Uh-huh.
which were back in 15 last year,
Okay.
not this year, previous
Yeah.
year, and that was to Rick Perry.
Oh yeah.
But Rick Perry's not our governor anymore.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
Greg Abbott. So, you know,
Okay, yeah.
Just so you know.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you didn't change that out.
Well, I probably tried to get a hold of Rick Perry and Greg Abbott.
Right. One of
Yeah.
them was addressed to Rick Perry.
Yeah.
The other email was not.
Okay.
It was just, Sir.
Yeah,
no
right.
big deal. And,
Right.
And they did
We're
get
trying
that.
to reach the president and vice president-elect to
Uh-huh.
let them know that we need justice for all and
Sure.
not 2 tiers. One
Right,
tier.
right. And hopefully we see that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, I believe we have innocent people that have been unjustly targeted in prison, and we're trying to raise public awareness. We're trying to, like Gideon's Army in the Bible, make noise and shine light.
Yeah.
And so we have calls every Saturday. We try to talk to alternative radio programs. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people will write you letters and tell you that we're dangerous, and
we deal with that too.
Okay.
There's dozens and dozens of different alternative radio talk shows. And,
Okay.
And what happens is every now and then you'll get somebody that calls in that's crazy.
Yeah.
and they'll advocate, treason, which is punishable by death. They'll say stupid stuff like that.
Right.
And I get that, but treason's a fine. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't say all this is treason.
Right.
There's certain things that are treason.
Right.
I get that, and it's just
Right.
but your name popped up.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I had to drive all the way from South. But that's
Yeah.
what we do. That's
Yeah.
what we do is we
Yeah.
drive up here and we meet people. And
Yeah.
we make sure that everybody knows. Later on, I'll probably make a phone call or two
Yeah.
to who knows who, I don't even know.
Okay.
And say, look, this guy is just advocating for injustice in the
Right.
criminal
Advocating for justice,
system.
right?
Advocating for justice in the
Right.
criminal justice system for individuals that have been unwrongly convicted. How's that
Amen.
sound?
Yeah, amen.
And that's what you're doing, right?
Amen.
Okay.
Amen. I could give you a list of names.
We did the Citizens on Patrol with Sheriff Burns. And
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, here in Kaufman County.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
good.
finished that
Sheriff Burns
course.
used to be one of our Texas Ranger captains back in the day.
Yeah.
When I was a baby.
We've met with him
When I was a
couple
baby
times.
trooper, back when I was
Yeah.
a young kid chasing taillights.
Yeah.
right?
You know Sheriff Arpaio, I guess, as well, right?
Who?
Sheriff Arpaio, Joe Arpaio?
I know of him.
Okay.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
met. Wish I had.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And he just got beat out in the election. You talking about
Right.
in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just got beat out.
He's been targeted by, I think, George Soros, but he's,
He's targeted by everybody.
yeah, he's been put out a report, and I believe the report that says that Obama's put out a forged birth certificate.
Yeah,
And,
that's unfortunately it's a little late now in the game. But
no, I know.
Never too
It's
late.
never too
Well,
late.
Yeah,
But he's
I mean,
Obama.
already done his 8 years.
Yeah, but he's appointed.
Appointed all kinds of back.
Yeah, he appointed Karen Loeffler. He appointed,
And that's
you know,
that's gonna-
Loretta Lynch and Eric Holder, and I believe they have started a movement to target patriots in this country, and
Yeah.
I believe there's evidence of that.
Well, it looks like that's all going to end, and it's going to be
Yeah.
a new regime.
Hope so.
Hopefully, the new regime is not.
Amen.
you know, we're gonna have-
Amen. The only problem is we still have innocent people in prison, right? Schaeffer Cox is going to spend 20 more years in prison, and I don't believe he planned to murder anybody. I believe he's
Right.
completely innocent.
Yeah.
And
Well,
It's thought crime.
yeah, I don't know the facts of that.
Or
and
it's
the
a
law
Yeah.
involved.
No, I understand.
I hear you. I hear you. Well,
yeah, and let me say this: Kenneth Mead in Las Vegas, he sounds like he's very similar to your position. He targeted a friend of ours named Bryce Matthew Quellar.
For yelling at a video.
He got drunk, right? His wife had a miscarriage. He had gone through some very rough times, and he yelled at a camera targeting traitors in government. He was very inebriated at the time,
Yeah.
and he's going to be living with a felony for the rest of his life. And
they mitigate that in court.
well, they threatened him.
Pled Alfred.
He pled guilty with Alfred, which means he's going to maintain his innocence, but they threatened to throw his brother in prison for taking the YouTube video down. They sent 40 members to SWAT team raid his mother's house, and they put him in all the news stations in Las Vegas as being a domestic terrorist. And so I believe that Kenneth Mead has an unethical relationship with the media, and that they targeted Bryce Matthew Quellar. And I think that's completely wrong, because he'll live with a felony the rest of his life if this thing doesn't get overturned.
I hear you.
So, but any event, I'm certainly open, and we are approachable, and we don't encourage violence to anybody.
Yeah,
But
and
we
I
do,
didn't see that, but,
yeah,
but like I said, because of whom you've contacted
Yeah.
and whom they've probably been in contact with, who we don't even know. Who
yeah,
knows?
right,
It got brought up, and
Okay.
like I said, if it was a big deal, we wouldn't be here in unmarked
Okay.
cars, and
Right.
we wouldn't be here just the two of us. And
What's your name,
yeah,
sir?
Scott Bauer,
Yeah,
B-A-U-E-R.
yeah.
I'm one of the FBI agents.
yeah,
okay,
yeah. And
Were
apparently,
you in Vegas with us?
No.
oh, okay.
There's another Bauer there.
there's a few Bowers out there, I'm sure. It's like Rodriguez, they're everywhere. But, anyways, I'm not gonna bother you anymore. I don't know if you
Okay.
work shift work and you were sleeping or whatnot.
No,
but,
yeah, I am working from home, so
okay.
yeah.
Well, I saw the lights and cameras, and I'm thinking, okay,
we got cameras
this should
everywhere.
be okay.
Yeah, we got cameras everywhere.
That's why. Hey, how you doing?
Okay. Well, I mean, we certainly are not violent. We hope
Yeah.
that there are good people that are left in government that want to do the right thing
Yeah,
and don't want to just throw people in prison because of their political
Thought
agenda.
crime.
yeah.
You
And
know.
I don't see you guys. Y'all haven't done it yet, and I'm sure y'all
Yeah.
can do it. If you throw out some rhetoric that's threatening or violent.
Well, we have done that in the. Well, people could interpret that in the past. I don't know. You're aware that
Well-
we were also visited by the Secret Service because I said that once Obama is convicted in a court of law, that I think that some punishment should come upon him.
Right.
So there are.
It depends on how you say it.
yes,
whether you
right.
Get attention or not.
Right.
There's a lot of sentiment thinking the exact same thing you are.
Right.
The problem is
It's how you say it,
one or
right?
two words.
Yes, I understand.
Kind of
Yeah. No, I completely understand.
How can
Yeah.
words get you in that much trouble?
because
Well,
we.
if you're threatening to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and we don't want to cross the line of ever
Right,
threatening
right.
to. We always want things to be done per the law. But I will say
Right.
this: ISIS was there was a guy that was actually recruited by ISIS, right? And a judge gave him probation for 20 years,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
And yet Schaeffer Cox, who never wanted to kill anybody, is actually serving a 26-year prison sentence.
Yeah.
So,
There's people all over the place today calling for the killing of Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
why are you guys here?
We have those two.
You must
Yeah.
have a
Hey,
very
hey,
busy day.
there's a whole lot more than us two. There's a
Yeah.
lot more. And there's
Busy
different
day.
agents. That's Secret Service.
Yeah.
We're FBI.
yeah,
And then
There's
there's
2 million
Homeland Security.
government
There's
employees. If you include the
Homeland. Yeah.
Believe me, I track a lot of the Trump threats because we have a Secret Service
Yeah.
agent that works with us, and I keep him
Yeah.
very busy.
Yeah. So I mean, we don't just look at
yeah,
kind of stuff. We look
No.
at the whole gamut of any kind of terrorism related issues,
yeah,
whether
We're
it be
not
domestic.
terrorists.
No,
Yeah.
You're not.
yeah.
And like I said, the reason we're here is so, if we thought you were an issue,
Yeah.
it'd be more than just 2 of us.
No, I
The only
understand.
reason it's 2
Yeah.
of us is because we're required to have 2 of us.
Okay.
So.
No, and I if you guys are good guys and want to promote justice within the FBI and in your police department, we will pray for you and we will support you and we will come out and advocate for you because finding a person within law enforcement these days that would want to do that is a good thing, right? And so
Yeah, and what you're doing is not illegal by
Yeah,
any means.
okay.
Some people may construe it as being threatening. Some people may construe
Well,
it as
it-
illegal.
if-
That's
yeah.
why we're here.
Well,
and I'll do my research.
I
Yeah.
know,
We'll
I
do
know
diligence.
Right.
some of these
Yeah.
guys that are calling in these lies. They
Yeah.
they harass me. I should be the
Huh.
one filing. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
I mean, do
Yeah.
you guys have an official position or relationship on the YouTube sites? I mean, as a company or a corporation?
well, we refer to ourselves as Gideon's Army, but it's more of just a
Yeah.
personal YouTube channel.
So
And
your
we-
subscriber
Just me
name
and
is
him.
Gideon's
That's
Army,
it.
or you know how to have
Yeah.
subscriber.
Oh,
channel?
my YouTube channel is Lone Star 1776.
Okay. That's
And
right. I saw that.
yeah.
I did. Okay.
and we have
1776 Lone Star. Also,
yeah.
which
Oh,
is
right.
Different than you.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's him.
That's me
but
too. No,
Oh,
that's
is
yeah.
it?
Both
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the same thing, just back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we have calls every Saturday with people with Christians that join the call, and we talk about
Yeah.
what's going on. Now, you say people may find it threatening, but we believe there's some people in position, specifically maybe some judges and some wardens that are conspiring to
They torture those guys.
conspiring to
Really
restrict
do.
rights of innocent men in prison, and they've restricted the communications of Schaeffer Cox specifically. So we're going to call them out by name. We're not going to threaten them with any violence, but we are going to threaten them with lawsuits. And we're going to threaten to expose that because I believe they should be able to get to the phone and tell their story. If you convicted somebody righteously, you wouldn't care what they said, right? Because you say just review the court records and everybody can see for themselves that you're guilty. But if you convicted somebody, and I don't know if you've ever, this is highly recommended. I don't mean to tell you guys what to do, but there's a book called Not Guilty, The Unlawful Prosecution of United States Senator Ted Stevens. If you guys will investigate what the Department of Justice did to him, they are doing that not only to him, but to everyone, but to others as well, specifically Schaeffer Cox. And
Well, I'm not going to take up any more
Okay,
time.
all right.
I appreciate you talking to us.
no, I thank you. All
Thank
right,
you
I'll shake your
very
hand.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
thank
I wish you
you.
guys the best. I hope you guys are good
Yeah.
guys.
Those are Google glasses?
Yes, they are. Yes, they
All
are.
over YouTube now?
Probably will. I need to document the fact that I've been visited. So,
Just-
but
just keep in
you're a good guy. But what about the guy that comes after you? You may decide to retire your position, and then what if the next guy shows up? So,
I got a little ways to go for our
yeah. Well, I hope you stay in there, and I hope you are.
Okay.
Look
Well,
up CMUs, Communication Management Unit.
A lot of people don't even know those prisons exist in the United States.
Secret
Yeah.
Guantanamo for
Wow.
political prisoners.
Wow.
Or
Okay.
anybody the government deems fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I appreciate you talking to us.
All right.
And yeah, if you need anything, do what you need to do. Call your locals
Okay.
when you need to. I think y'all had a call or two in the past.
Mhm.
I don't know what.
Oh, we have a new sheriff now, Brian Beavers, I believe.
Yeah,
We're hoping
yeah.
to go meet with him.
Okay.
But
Well, do what you need to do, and I appreciate you. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just try not to slip up and say something that brings us back.
Yeah, I understand.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
But no, I understand. But at the same time, we are going to try to hold, the wicked doers accountable. Not to threaten them with violence, but just to say that we need
Just
to.
shine light and make
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just
Yeah.
remember the yeah. What you just said.
Yeah.
Just officer safety issues.
Yeah.
And the
Amen. Yeah, we don't want.
threats to kill. If you
No.
can do that, and
Never.
And
Yeah.
if you do hear of
Never.
anything like that, let us know.
Yes.
Let us know. We can go from there.
people
Okay.
you associate with, and that, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Just
We don't associate with too many people, so that's easy.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We'll just,
All righty. Well, thank you.
All right. God bless you guys. We'll pray for you guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye. You want to wear this?
Laying on the couch.
So, you want to say? Let's go walk over here for a second. Will you record me?
Yeah.
I want to just have my initial reaction.
Okay, let's go outside. I don't want people looking around my house. There they go. We got their names. I hope they're honest. We'll pray for them. They were very friendly.
So, let me just record my initial reaction and you record yours. So, my initial reaction is, you know, these guys don't necessarily have to be bad guys, right? They could just be doing their job. But we do have a lot of people that call and write letters to various places to make us look like we are some sort of domestic terrorist about to kill somebody. So that's what they say, right? And they write letters to the FBI, they write letters to the warden, they write letters to law enforcement claiming that we're just big dangerous terrorist cell. They've even made Facebook pages saying the Rudy and Aaron terrorist cell. But they get the attention of these guys, and I'll say that this was a friendly visit. I mean, I'm
so surprised that they have time today with all those threats against the president elect.
But I don't wish them any harm. I pray that they do enforce the law. You know, they talked about sovereign citizen ideals. I don't even know what that means to be. I mean, I guess I have my ideas, but I don't even know it in detail. I don't subscribe to those ideals. I do believe we should have some form of government. I believe it should be righteous government and lawful government. It should adhere to the Constitution of the United States. I do believe that elements of our government have been taken over by very corrupt people, and that we've got to fight to regain control of that government. It's like a rabid dog that's been let off the chain, and it's our duty as citizens to put that dog back on the chain. And if the rabid dog is going around biting everybody and putting innocent men in prison, then it's our responsibility to rise up, not in a violent way, but just to take back control of our government in a legal way, and to stop the injustices. And
you don't think running off to another country?
No, I think the cowards do that. I was born here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving the country. Let Jesse Ventura leave the country. Let the liberals leave the country. I'm staying right here. I'm not going anywhere. These guys know where to find me. You know, it's not like. Now you could tell he felt a little bit uncomfortable with me putting this on YouTube. I don't do this to. You know, expose him or, you know, make him...
We're transparent.
No, we're very transparent, and they need to know that we were visited, right? I could, you know, what if he gets retired and the next guy comes and they said, well, you were visited by the FBI before? It's like, yeah, I recorded the whole thing. It was a friendly visit. You know, I wasn't hostile. I wasn't hostile. They weren't hostile. But do you want to say anything, and I'll put the camera on? I'm pretty much done with...
No, that's it.
It was a non-event today. I mean, it was a non-event.
I'm sure the comments will go off the wall. Don't talk to them.
No, yeah, that's what happened last time. Don't talk to them. But I don't have any. You know, it's not that I don't have anything to hide, because sometimes I think you should not talk to them even when you don't have something to hide. But at the same time, if I can develop a rapport with these guys and they realize that I'm not a domestic terrorist, I'm not going to go kill anybody, then that's good for everybody concerned, right? I have family members. I have my wife to consider. We don't want to go violently opposing our local law enforcement officials or even the FBI when they visit. If we can somehow develop a rapport and they realize we're not on the other side, and maybe get them to think about some of the things we've talked about, maybe they'll go read that book, maybe they'll look into the case of Schaeffer Cox. I pray that they do, you know, you know, I'm not going to just assume that they're bad guys, right? My way that I live my life is I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. Sometimes it costs me a lot of money and a lot of resources to find out the true color of people. Aaron and I have had some friends, and it cost us thousands of dollars to find out the true color of that person. But it's like, okay, now we know, right? You know, and so we'll live our life accordingly going forward. We're not going to hold a grudge. We're not going to spend the rest of our life like hating this person. It's not worth our time.
Move on.
Let's move on. Life is too short. But you know, I'm gonna give these guys the benefit of the doubt, and I'm considering maybe even like, what do you think? Maybe I'll what's the word? Put a little fuzzy thing around his face. Because if he doesn't want his face to be shown, I mean, I should respect that, right? You know.
You have to think about it.
I'll think about it, and we'll see if it's easy to do once I get it on YouTube. I want to respect both their privacy. Maybe that'll be a show of respect. Like, I documented the fact that it happened. I documented the conversation. But I'll try to make his face fuzzy, you know, so that way he's not on camera. Not everybody wants to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera everywhere I go. I mean, if I go to the grocery store, I don't want somebody sticking a camera on my face. He's doing his job. I may not agree with his job, but I'll try to respect the fact that, you know, he's doing his job, and that's it. It was a non-event as far as I'm concerned. It's one in a long line, but we're not going to stop speaking up. It doesn't, you know, he didn't say anything that would try to intimidate us or make us shut up, and you know, I hope we do have some good guys in law enforcement. Anything you want to say, babe?
That's that.
All right, you might want to hit the button.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.